What it do, people? You know what it is, and you know what it sounds like. NBA picking with Pop right here on Pop of his TV. Let's go.
Yeah, great fire.
When I want a chicken, then the money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Cooper gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bang line in the air, throwing signals. When I want a chicken, then the money long clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one popovism. Cooper gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the bang lines in the air, throwing signals.
1,000 on the table, 100,000 in the bank account. Trying to get rich. Who else in the building? Trying to break the house. What it do, people? Welcome back to another edition of NBA Picking with Pop. I am your host, Popovich. Yeah, kid, that feeling back up in here. One more again. Happy Sunday, fun day. Huge NBA slate card on today's agenda. One game kicking off right now, if I'm not mistaken. But before we get to that, let's get a quick recap, as we always do, right? Quick recap. Yesterday it was 6 games on the slate, and we had a losing day yesterday. We went 2-4. JaY went 2-4, by the way. We gave out 4 locks. I did like the games, but we only ended up getting 1, and we went 3, and we did finally drop the play of the day. So now we got to start a whole new streak. Anyway, we gave out Phoenix. That was a win. Philly, that was a loss. Chicago, that was a loss. And my New York Knicks as the play of the day. They came all the way back from down 18, 17, something like that. Kind of like play with Houston, to give Houston props for coming in there, putting up a strong, fight. Ultimately, the Knicks, got the win, but they didn't get the cover. They won by 2. Spread was 3.5. So our record is now, let's get to my record real quick. We ain't going to make this too long. My overall record now is 453 and 371. As far as the play of the day, we are 56, 58, and 1. Still not mad at that because we was down. Now we only 2 games under. I like the play of the day today. And as far as the locks, not from Yonkers, we are 212, 185, and 2. With that being said, let's jump right into today's NBA action because, like I said, it's one game in progress that just started, and I want to get my book on the record before the game get out of hand. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road at OKC. Cleveland was given 3.5 and went up to 4.5. And I think that's because Mitchell was not playing for AJ Mitchell for OKC. We already know Shea Gilchrist is out. We know Jay Williams is out. And so they had a disadvantage. Obviously, as soon as when you start the game off, it's 9-0. You know what I mean? It's 9-2. I like Cleveland. I like Cleveland minus the 4.5, and this is why. I like Cleveland because the first time they played, OKC blew them out. It was in Cleveland, so this is a revenge game. Garland didn't play. Like 2 people didn't play for Cleveland. OKC had their whole team. Shea Gilchrist had 30 in that game. And now they're going to be playing without some players. I think it's a perfect time to take Cleveland. Again, y'all know it's Ramadan, so I'm not betting on none of these games. I'm just telling you what I think going to happen. Rock with it. If not, I understand. Because it's like, well, you ain't got no dog in the fight. And I don't. I'm just coming to still give my opinions to keep my channel rolling. Anyway, I think Cleveland will. I know it's 11-2 now. I think Cleveland will win and cover that 4.5. And on to the next game. Next game up, We got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road at Atlanta. Atlanta is given 10.5. And I'm on Atlanta. I think Atlanta's the better team. Brooklyn, there's no way I could take them. I get it. You know, sometimes when you don't want to take a 10, you could just stay away from it, or you could give a lean, like, I'll take the points because you ain't really betting on the game. Atlanta lost 2 or 3 in a row at home as well. Yeah, they lost. Well, they lost. Well, they beat Philly, and then they lost to Miami at home. I think they come out and put a strong effort. Brooklyn, Michael Porter's back, but I think they in tank mode. I'm going with Atlanta. I like Atlanta to win, and I like Atlanta to cover. Next game up, we got the Denver Nuggets out on the road at Golden State Warriors. The spread started off at 5.5. Then now it's 7.5. Porzingis was gonna play, but now I probably guess he's not. This is why I said they wasted Steph Curry, this year. Obviously, I know they didn't foresee Jimmy Butler getting hurt, but why would you trade for Porzingis? That's why Boston let him go. That's why Boston let him go. He's not available, and the best, accountability is availability. Like, you got to be on the court to be held accountable, to add some production to the team. I don't think Steph gonna play too many games at the end of this year, as their season starts to go down. Like, their season is over. They ain't going nowhere anyway. And for that reason and that reason alone, I'm on Denver. I was on Golden State, but once I start seeing Porzingis questionable, I don't even think he's gonna play. I'm gonna take Denver. I like Denver minus the 7. I think they're going there and they foot the ass over a weak, mediocre Golden State Warriors team. That's just what it is. Next game up, we got the Toronto Raptors out on the road at the Milwaukee Bucks. Toronto given 3. Milwaukee, we had them. Well, we've been on Milwaukee last couple of games. Let me see. We had them against Pelicans. We had them against the Thunder. And we had them against the Magic. We've been on Milwaukee. The reason why that's important is because we on Toronto tonight. I know Milwaukee is, they still fighting for their playoff lives. Giannis is not there. They back home. But they've been on an extended road period. Winner, chicken dinner. Yeah, kid. They've been on an extended road period. I get it. It was a break in between the All-Star. Some teams, I don't even know how this is done, so maybe I'm misspeaking. But if you ain't got no All-Stars in the All-Star game, and you start out on the road before the All-Star game, and then you're not playing, then after the game, the All-Star game, you back on the road, do you get leeway to go home and chill with your family? Or is it some type of policy where you got to, be with the team? I don't know. Anyway, I just think Toronto was the better team. I know Cam Thompson is on the Bucks now, and he playing for a contract, so he going to go off. And we already know that he's a walking bucket. But in this game here, no Scotty Barnes, but I still like Toronto. I'm on Toronto. Next game up, we got the Dallas Mavericks out on the road at Indiana. Indiana is getting 2.5. Now, yesterday, when these lines first came out, it was Dallas minus 1.5. Now they're getting 2. Pascal Siakam, a couple of other players. I'm going to go to RotoWire right now just to refresh. They should be playing today. Whether they play or not, both of these teams is not tanking. They just ain't got the horses to, start it up. Start it up. But I'm on Indiana. I know they lost 2 games to the Washington Wizards. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. So Napier is, Nahart is questionable. Pascal Siakam is questionable. But on the other hand, Christie is questionable. And so was Gafford, questionable. I'm on Indiana at home with the 2.5 points. It's a shit show. Pardon the language. We fasting. But I'm on the Pacers. Next game up. We got the Charlotte Hornets out on the road at the Washington Wizards. Charlotte is given 10.5. Charlotte lost their last 2 games, but we've been on them. we've been on them as a lock, and then we had him as the play of the day when they was getting that 5.5 from the Houston Rockets, and they lost by 5. For those that's just tuning in, 7 in a row, and we dropped our play of the day yesterday. Prior to that, it was 1 game loss and 6 in a row. So we've been on fire, and I like the play of the day today as well. Hopefully we can start another streak. But anyway, we was on Charlotte. I'm not really worrying about Washington winning those 2 games over the Pacers. Now they're about to step up to a team that has been playing well prior to the All-Star break, losing to Detroit and then losing to Houston. Still missing what's his name? Mal Bridges and the other dude whose name I can't pronounce. But today I think it's no problem. I'm on Charlotte. I think Charlotte come in and smack them around. Next game up should be a good one right here. This should be a good game right here. We got the Boston Celtics out on the road at the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers. Boston is given 1.5. These 2 teams played already back in Boston. Boston did put foot to ass, but it was no LeBron James in that game. It was no DeAndre Ayton. It was Marcus Smart didn't play. I don't even think he was, on the team, or maybe he was and he was injured. Basically, Boston had their whole team and they played like they did. Now, I think the only person, I don't think, matter of fact, Marcus didn't play and Luka didn't play. Only person played was Austin Rivers, and I think the score was like 132 to 109 or something like that. They ran him out the gym. Now you're giving me 1.5 at home. Lakers didn't cover that. 7 points over the Clippers. Clippers did play strong. I think Lakers win today. I think they get back. I think they beat Boston. I think they beat them outright. So I'm rolling with the Lakers in this one. Couple more games. It's 11 games today, guys. Next game up, we got the Philadelphia 76ers out on the road at Minnesota. And Minnesota giving a big boy number, just like they was the day before. They giving Philly 8.5. Some of y'all might have said 9, but I'm looking at CBS Sports app. That's what I look at instead of going to any of the sports books that I have, and I have a few of them if you watch my channel. This is just easier for me. I'm on Philly today. I know they lost yesterday. Who Philly lost yesterday to? Lost to New Orleans, and we was on Philly. We had Philly as a lock. No Joel Embiid. Obviously, Paul George been out for a while, so we can't use that, as a handicap. He been out, and he gonna be out till March 1st or 2nd or something like that for violating the drug and policy rules of the NBA. Anyway, Minnesota don't really be covering that hole, and on the other hand, at least for this season, Philly has been a money-making machine on the road. The ATS on the road has been very good. And just when you think on a back-to-back, I think they like 9-2 or 9-1, something like that. It's a crazy number. You'd be like, word, I didn't even realize that if you're not paying attention. So I'm going to just roll with that. I think Philly probably loses, but that 8.5, I think they'll be good because I think it's going to be a closer game than the number suggesting. That's just me. Next game up, we got my New York Knickerbockers out on the road at the Chicago Bulls. And the Knicks is giving 10.5. Back-to-back for the Knicks. Has kind of fake struggled against Chicago prior to the draft. I mean, prior to the trade deadline. Now they got a whole bunch of guards. Getty is back, though. He's been back now, I think, like his 3rd or 4th game back. He definitely a walking triple-double, and he is the engine that makes them go. But I think the spread is suggesting everything that we need to know. Granted, the Knicks on the road, unlike Philly, has been a losing machine. ATS and just outright, they've been losing. They kind of figured those problems out, obviously, a few games back. They have been much better on the road now. I think they come in. I think they put belt to ass. Chicago was a team not really tanking, trying to figure it out still with the new pieces. Anthony Simon is not playing, and who else is not playing for them? I know he's not playing, and Jaden Ivory, who been not playing. I'm on the Knicks. No Mitchell Robinson, so just keep that in mind. Next game up, we got the Portland Trailblazers out on the road at the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns getting 3.5. Phoenix, we had them yesterday. That was the only lock that we had yesterday. We gave out 4. That was the only one we had. Again, we dropped the play of the day, which was the New York Knicks. They only won by 2. We needed them to win by 4. Good game. It was a double overtime win, and Jalen Green, last shot, and for 3 scores, bang, right? And today, these two teams did play, I believe, once or twice. Phoenix did get the win. Portland was missing some players. Now they're going to be missing Sharp, and they're going to be missing the VJ. Phoenix is a good money-making team ATS-wise. And record-wise, they doing better than any of us could expect it. And that's why that Dylan Brooks breaking his hand or his wrist or whatever in that game is a devastating blow. But that's also why it's a major clapback at Kevin Durant after 25 games. And I didn't want to make the show long, but this need to be said. So I think he had put up, he was wearing a Devontae West jersey, trolling LeBron James, and you know Kevin Durant, but not from his burner account. He was like, there only 25 games, and this dude is causing all type of problems and all that. And then he clapped back, and he like, yeah, it's only been 25 games in, and I already done more for this franchise than you've been in your whole time being here, which is actually true. Because Kevin Durant didn't elevate them at all. They had a losing record with him, and they didn't go nowhere. So with him, they definitely doing way better. With that being said, looking at the lineups on RotoWire, who's going to play, I think it's going to be a close game. I'm on Phoenix Suns with the 3.5. I'm gonna stick to that ATS logic. I think they keep it close. All right, next game up. Last game of the night, I believe. We got the Orlando Magics out on the road at the LA Clippers. And Magic is getting 4. No, actually now that line went down. It was 4, now it's 2.5. Last game of the night, folks. Orlando, just coming off that overtime as well, double overtime, heartbreaking loss. Not sure what's up with Kawhi Leonard. He might play, he might not play. When you look at RotoWire, he's questionable. John Collins bust his head on the turnpike. Fell on the ground, got a concussion, was bleeding and all that. Have you seen the highlights? Obvious, still no Darius Garland. I'm on the Magic. I was on the Magic yesterday when they was getting 4 when I was studying the lines and doing all that. So I ain't got to get up and spend mad time studying. I'm not betting on the games. Again, I'm going to keep saying that. But it take me a little minute to study. So I did a little bit last night and the line was 4 and I was on the Magic. I'm still going to be on the Magic now because I think they could come in here and win. With that being said, let's get to the theme music so we could get to the locks and we could get out of here.
When the chicken, then the money line clicking. Those who do it daily, one-on-one, popavism. Coupe all gray, got the fire badge lit up. Hit the band line in the air, throwing signals. When the chicken, then the money line clicking.
All right, guys, here go the locks. Not from Yonkers, but the locks to get you and me the winner chicken dinners. This to get you the winners and the chicken dinners because I ain't betting. We going with Toronto. We going with Indiana. We going with Charlotte. We going with the New York Knicks. And the play of the day is the LA Lakers to get their get back with all of their players in the lineup over their rivals, the Boston Celtics. That's who I like. That's who I'm telling you to take. Y'all can let me know who you take, and you can let me know where you think I'm bugging out at. All I'm asking is before you jump off the page is hit the like button so I can stay in the algorithm. But y'all know who it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. NBA, Picking with Pop, right here on Popovich TV. Of course, we are live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic, that feeling. Back up and here, one more again. Yeah, kid. Y'all get some money this Sunday fun day. Ah.